Okay, welcome to the second part of the video, and this time I've remembered to put the skeleton back on the back of the GoPro, so hopefully you can hear me properly this time. For those people coming to this video before the other one, I'll try and figure out how to put a link into this video so that you can see the other one, although the sound quality is awful and I would only recommend watching it if you were seriously wanting to go about the modification. So just as a quick recap, I've updated the hobby engine Southampton tugboat, and I put into it twin speed controllers so that I can control the two propellers independently, and I'm using my Spectrum DX10 to do all of this with. And I had just got to the point in my previous video where I was putting the thing together. I've kept the original 2.4 gigahertz radio system that came with the tug in, and even though it doesn't anymore control the rudder or the throttle, it does still control the stuff in the superstructure here. So you can turn the various lights on and off on the boat with this controller, and it also works the speaker in here for the foghorn. So I'll just put the thing back together. Put it there a second. Right, so that's probably about right. So as I explained in my other video, I've put in an extra Dean's connector, which is giving me power to this cable here, which is what plugs into the superstructure, and I've got the larger standard kind of car NiCad or nickel metal hydride battery in here, which should give me about 4 times longer running power. I think the tug will probably go longer than I will. So I'll just put that in. Sorry about the hands. That's that. And I'll just tidy my wires a little bit and put the strap in place. A bit of Velcro, which I'm just using to make sure that the battery can't move around in there. Now, the next thing to go on is the hatch, which is this, and you'll see that there's foam all the way around here, which keeps the boat fairly watertight. Additionally, the wires coming out here, there seems to be some kind of glue used also to make a seal, so that just pops on like this. Let's get it in properly. That's it. There. And then underneath the boat, I've only got 2 cables to plug in. First of all, there is this one here, which is the multifunction cable. It did used to control the speed controller for the motors. However, that has now been cut, and the servo did plug in here for the steering, but that's now with the radio gear, which I installed in the boat, which you can see in the other video. So I'll just plug these 2 things together, so, and because I'm about to put the top on, turn it on. Right, the wires just need to be tucked away a little, and there's the locator here at the front that you pull back, and that's all nicely installed. At the other end of the boat, I'll just move this. At the other end of the boat, you've got the rear hatch, and that just clips in nicely. Again, there's foam around here for a seal. That just clips in nicely, like so. You push it down. There's a click that is now held on securely, and there's a little rubber bung over the release mechanism, and in order to get it out, you push that in, it lifts out. Okay, so we're pretty well ready to run, and I'll take the boat outside in a moment, and I'll show it running. But before that, I thought I'd take you through the radio. So for anybody wanting to follow the setup, I just thought I would quickly go through the very few settings which I actually put into the model. On the system setup screen, what I did was I first of all assigned some channels slightly differently. So you can see that we have the throttle assigned to aux 1, the rudder assigned to aux 2. And then what I did was, in the channel input configuration, I assigned aux 1 to P1, which is the left trim here, and aux 2 to P2, which is this one here. Going into the main menu, what I did was I put in some mixes, only 5 of them I think. So the first one is I mixed the throttle to AX1, and here you go, you can see the setup there. The rudder to AX1 also, and that's what allows me to mix to get the tank-like steering. And again, throttle to AX2, rudder to AX2, and you'll notice the signs of the pluses and the minuses to make everything work the right way. And finally, I mixed P4 to the aileron, which is this one, which is this stick here, which is the steering, which means that I can either steer the boat like so, or I can steer it by turning this knob here, so I can set a direction. Okay, right, now I will show you how those controls translate into controlling the boat. Right, so the boat's all ready to go, and I just thought I'd show you how all of this actually works. So under normal running, if you push the throttle stick forward, you can see how both pillars, which actually counter rotate, which stops the boat moving across, will make both of them work. Similarly in reverse, if I push this off to one side, what it does, or to the other side, it actually sends the shafts into opposite directions, which will turn the boat. If I take it to full speed and then move it to one side, you'll see how one of them stops. Like so. Similarly, what I can do, as I said before, is I could run just the right hand one, or just the left hand one, with steering. Normally it would be like this, using the aileron stick. Alternatively, I can achieve the same thing with the P4, which means I can either use it for slight trimming, or actually, I think more fun than that, I can kind of set a course. And I'm quite looking forward to trying to run it with just these two sliders in the centre and this, because I have a feeling that might be more realistic. Moving on to the other controller which I've got here. This is also live and running, and I'll just move the boat round because I think you should just about be able to see some of these lights. And move the camera up a little bit. That's a bit more straight. Okay, so we have, I can't remember which one does which. So you'll probably notice there the front searchlight coming on and off, and these are buttons all around the top. Here you'll see, you might be able to see the interior light coming on and off. On the back, on here, you've got the horn, and on the other side, not sure you can see it, I'll just move the boat around. Here you have the rear lights. Similarly, I can turn the red and green navigation lights on if I can find the right button. There we go. I think you can see the red one here coming on and off, and over on the other side there is the green one. Right, I think it's time to take it outside and just show you how it runs. So in conclusion, I must say I'm pretty pleased with this. I think that my driving skills will probably improve quite a lot, but you might have seen that it wasn't that difficult for me to turn the boat in either direction in an absolutely tiny swimming pool, only about 2 inches at each end larger than the boat. And I think that this is going to turn this from a very good, almost hobby grade toy into something a little bit excellent. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope that this has sparked some interest. Until the next time.